Yeah, that's how Trump's gonna walk out. All right. Oh man, I can't wait. But I want to talk about something today. You guys remember the guy by the name of Alan Lichtman? Yeah, it was the guy that had the 13 keys, and he's predicted every election since 1980 something, something, whatever. But I'm going to play the clip for those of you that may not remember, because he made a prediction, obviously, based on his 13 keys before this election. And, mainstream media was calling him the Nostradamus of predicting elections. He's almost never missed, right? He's 9 out of 10 or something, whatever they said. He had only missed one or something. We're going to get into that because, of course, I'll just roll the clip. Check it out.
Who do you predict, sir, will win the 2024 presidential election?
Based on my system, the keys to the White House, which has been right since I predicted Ronald Reagan's reelection in April 1982, Kamala Harris will become the first woman president, and she will be the first president of African and East Asian mixed descent.
Based on your model, these are your 13 keys. It's true or false questions that look at the strength and the performance of the party that's in the White House. What leads you to that conclusion, Professor, that it's Kamala Harris who will win?
We don't look at polls. We don't pay attention to pundits who don't have a scientific basis. It takes 6 or more negative keys to count out the White House party, Kamala Harris, and the Democrats. I find definitively they have only lost 4 keys. The mandate key, because they lost U.S. House seats in 2022. The incumbency key, because it's now an open seat. The incumbent charisma, because whatever you may think of Harris, she's not a Franklin Roosevelt, one of those once-in-a-generation, transformational, inspiring candidates. That's 3. 4 is foreign policy failure. Gaza is a humanitarian disaster with no end in sight, and the U.S. is very heavily invested there. So that's only 4 keys down, 2 keys short of a predicted defeat.
What about the fact that your keys and your prediction have come before tonight, the only debate between these two candidates?
I deliberately issued my predictions before the debate to get across to people of the U.S. and the world that it's governance, not campaigning, that counts. Debates do not predict election outcomes. Hillary Clinton won the debates and still lost. John Kerry won the debates in 2004 against a very bad debater, George W. Bush, and still lost. I'm not saying you shouldn't watch the debate and gain insights from the debate. I'm saying we need to break out of this meaningless horse race theory that gives us negative, soundbite-driven campaigns.
So yeah, he was obviously and clearly wrong there. And I want to play this clip of him during election night, and I believe he was live streaming with his son on election night, and I want you to see his reaction as he realizes that his entire reputation has gone down the drain. Check it out.
Pennsylvania, to be honest with you.
You're nuts, dude. You're nuts.
I know, I can't.
You're nuts.
But not based on the vote, but based on how far ahead she is compared to Biden.
Okay.
Still giving New York Times Trump a slight edge.
In Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I don't see it. Wow. I think she's going to win Pennsylvania, despite what the New York Times is projecting.
Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about.
I don't see how she doesn't win Pennsylvania.
I agree.
Because he won Pennsylvania and she's doing better.
Don't get too wrapped up in the New York Times projection. I don't even know if they're mathematically sound. Don't get too wrapped up in them.
I'm worried about everything. I still think she's going to win Pennsylvania, but...
Yeah, me too. What is looking iffy to you right now?
The New York Times is projecting Trump to win all 3 of the blue all states.
What?
Yep. A lot of processing of mail ballots in Pennsylvania.
Well,
They not counting them until today.
49.3% for Bucks in Harris when it was 51 for Biden. Philadelphia 78 for Harris when it was 81 for Biden.
Not good. Votes that are going to be counted tomorrow.
Dad, there's not going to be that many. There's.
But it's probably not going to be enough. Well, there may be other votes. Remember, overseas votes can come in late.
Doesn't that count as provisional votes? Or no? It has to. That's counted in provisional votes. Yeah.
You know, God, what is our country coming to?
This is the first moment of the night where I've lost hope a little bit.
Good thing I have nothing to do tomorrow.
Yeah, I took off work tomorrow.
And I'm not doing any interviews.
Good.
I'm done with that.
I think she lost. I hate to say that because I've been hopeful all night, but I think she lost.
I do too.
So clearly and obviously, his night did not go well. He was like, I'm not doing any interviews. I bet you don't want to do any interviews. After getting it wrong that badly, yeah, I wouldn't want to do any interviews either. But, and I actually debunked his 13 Keys prediction right after he released it. I was looking at his 13 Keys because I'm like, wait a minute. That can't be right. There's no way that she could possibly win. And I made a whole video on it. Some of you probably remember where I just went through his entire 13 keys and debunked like all of them. He was probably right on maybe three. Everyone else, all of the rest of them, all the rest of the 13 keys, he was completely off on. Completely off. Way off. Like one of them was like no controversy or something. Let me see if I can pull that back up. One of them was like, let me see. No third party, right? That's a lie. There was a third party. No scandal. That's a lie. There was a scandal. Major policy change. That's a lie. There was major policy change. You know, like there was so much that was wrong with his 13 keys, and it was so easy to debunk it. It was ridiculous. But I also want to show you guys another clip, because there was a group of never Trumpers. Yeah. Never Trumpers that all linked up on, whatever you call it, Zoom, and were chit-chatting, during the election, thinking that Kamala was about to defeat Trump. And I want to show you their reactions as they realize that this whole Never Trump movement, it's dead.
Hey guys, welcome to the Bulwarks 2024 Election Night live stream. I am Tim Miller. I'm here with Bill Crystal. I go back to everything I'm saying right now really is in line with what I expected from tonight. I was hopeful that we were going to see a big Ann Seltzer wave, a secret wave, a huge rush, and the polls were going to be outdone. And we're a polarized country. And what we're seeing right now is some changes on the margins for 2020 that we're trying to analyze. We don't have bad news yet, guys. For people getting nervous, it's right now. We're looking at a close race like we expected. We're going to bring in JBO and Sarah, but before that, do you have any words of wisdom for everybody? There's some nerves in the comments. Any deep thoughts before we give you a break?
Yeah, no, keep calm and carry on, and let's see what happens here. And I remain on the mildly bullish side.
I would say the big takeaways right now are that the Harris blowout scenario is probably off the table.
I have never thought she was going to win North Carolina or Georgia or Arizona.
My final prediction on the podcast today was 276-262 in favor of the vice president. But Georgia looks close. North Carolina looks close to me. Neither of them were on the map that I had for Kamala Harris winning. So yeah. I wish we were already popping champagne and the country would have rejected this piece of shit who attempted a coup. It's not happening so far.
But if we are talking about coming down to a 5-digit margin in 3 states.
I know.
I mean, I'm sorry, but that is panic time. Things are about to go dark, I think.
Would you just stop?
This is what 2016 felt like.
The trends don't look too great. In fact, they look bad. But we still have 3 states that we just don't have great data on.
Because we always talk about how vote
reality is setting in now.
Voters are too stupid to even exist in the world because they're just morons who can't understand anything.
I always thought this was going to be tight. I think we.
So he went to insulting voters. Did y'all hear that? He said voters are just too stupid. They're just too stupid. They don't believe us. They don't believe us never Trumpers. They're just stupid. And that's why people like him continue to lose.
Data on.
Because we always talk about how voters are too stupid to even exist in the world because they're just morons who can't understand anything.
I always thought this was going to be tight. I think we got to wait until these blue wall states are counted. That's where it's going to be decided.
That again is voters are too stupid to understand how anything works.
Pretty grim evening, all told. There's no way to sugarcoat it. It's a bad day for democracy. It's a bad day for the United States.
Gosh, do you really want? Are we
ready
to start doing this?
No, I don't think. I don't think.
Having a
I don't want to throw in the towel.
Yeah, no, you don't want to throw in the towel.
I don't want people to mistake this for throwing in the towel. Okay.
So I'm glad the rest of everybody is caught up where I was at 8 o'clock. I mean, I think the election's over.
I'm still waiting to see how this is going, but I will say, I do think it is trending badly. It is not trending in a positive direction. I do think that it is possible that she could still eke this out.
We don't want to be too funereal. And by the way, I really feel a little sick at the idea of having to have Donald Trump in our faces for another 4 years. It's almost more than I can stand.
Sarah, come on, this is where you rally us with something helpful.
I mean, look, I think we're a little bit ahead of ourselves. And I think we're gonna have to wait and see what happens here.
Just a horrific event in American history, and I'm prepared to put undocumented people in my attic.
The momentum Trump will have, one of the greatest comebacks in American political history.
Oh my goodness. Wow. I hope y'all got as good a laugh as I did out of that, because the Never Trump movement, it's cooked. All of these different groups that spent so much money on promoting this Never Trump movement and making people think that there was this massive group of Republicans that weren't going to support Trump. Total BS. Hogwash. Not true. Fake news. What is it called? The Lincoln Project, I believe it's called. That Never Trump guys. I believe there's an X account that is all about Never Trump. I can't remember what the name of it is though. They've got a significant amount of followers. You'd be surprised how many followers they have on the Never Trump X account. Matter of fact, I need to find that because I need to see how they're doing too. Maybe I'll add them to another video, if the reactions are good over there. But it's always good watching people eat it, ain't it? Always good. I know I said I wasn't gonna make too many videos like this, but I can't help myself. I can't help myself. It is what it is. We're gonna enjoy this. Shout out to all of you for going out and voting. Right? We had an absolute landslide. Hold on, I gotta put it on the screen. I gotta do it, baby. Look at that map. That's beautiful right there. Man, ain't she pretty? That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Woo, baby. Oh my goodness, 13-point win. This used to be a swing state. Florida used to be a swing state. That's a 13-point win right there. And check this out. Oh, baby. They were talking about they could possibly take Texas, possibly take Florida. You out of your mind. That's 14 points right there. All right, let's take a look at the Ohio State. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a bloodbath right there. I'm feeling like McDonald's. I'm loving it. Man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. But as always, thanks for tuning in. Peace and love. I'm out.